Coming up next, NRGV High School makes history and its legacy continues today. We bring you the coverage of the commemoration of the 1968 Edcouch Elsa walkout. Plus, the Clean Water Global Photography exhibit makes its way to the IMAS Museum. A LinkedIn workshop gives students tips on becoming business professionals. And a free community event showcases artists' work, all while promoting education. We have all this and more. UTRGV-TV starts now.
Thank you for joining us on this week's UTRGV-TV edition. I'm Neve Alcántar. For this week's top story, 50 years ago, NRGV High School made history. Today, its legacy continues. Our reporter Kenyon Gomez brings us this week's UTRGV-TV Noticias en Español.
Después de 50 años, exalumnos de Edcouch Elsa se unieron para hablar sobre la protesta de 1968, en donde estudiantes hispanos salieron a la calle para protestar la discriminación que vivían.
I would not trade this day or that day for anything else.
Edcouch Elsa ISD, UTRGV y la organización ETA se unieron para recordar el día en que alumnos se opusieron a las políticas racistas en Edcouch Elsa en 1968.
Almost 200 students walked out of class at Edcouch Elsa High School because they felt that they were being treated unfairly as Mexican Americans.
Los exalumnos tomaron el escenario para hablar sobre su experiencia y el por qué decidieron actuar en contra de la manera en que eran tratados por el sistema educativo. A la conmemoración no solo asistieron estudiantes de generaciones pasadas, sino también estudiantes actuales, que disfrutan de derechos y oportunidades gracias a la protesta de hace 50 años. Hace 50 años, a los estudiantes hispanos no se les permitía hablar español, no se les ofrecía becas y tampoco eran aceptados en organizaciones escolares. Con lágrimas en los ojos, estos exalumnos que participaron en 1968 también leyeron la lista que hicieron hace 50 años en busca de cambios y exigiendo acción.
And they had 15 demands that they wished for. They had met previously with the administration and made those requests, and they were just simply disregarded.
Los estudiantes de hace 50 años le recordaron a los estudiantes de ahora en día que son muy afortunados por las oportunidades y recursos que hay ahora. Para UTRGV-TV, Kenia Gomez.
The Clean Water Global Photography exhibit makes its way to the International Museum of Art and Science. Our reporter Rocio Villalobos brings us the story.
In a bilingual exhibit featuring 13 award-winning photographs, the International Museum of Art and Science highlights the need for clean drinking water all around the world. Clean water here was first unveiled earlier this year on World Water Day at the United Nations headquarters in New York. It debuted at IMAS on October 20th in a partnership with McAllen Public Utility. The idea behind the exhibit, according to its website, is to document the world's water issues and raise support in providing every last individual with safe and sustainable drinking water. More than 750 million people, including many celebrities, are supporting Clean Water Here's initiatives by lending their voice to raise awareness for the worldwide water crisis that leaves about 2.1 billion people without access to clean drinking water.
Here at IMAS, one of our missions is to bring awareness of natural history and to our communities. And one issue that's always going to be of importance to us is water and water conservation. And here in the Valley, it's of special concern because we do live in a drought risk area.
While water accessibility is not typically viewed as a domestic issue, nearly 4 million people living in the United States are at risk of consuming contaminated water. Garcia raises some important questions to consider when visiting the exhibit.
Why are they here? How long did they travel for this jug of water? When are they going to have to come back? All of these are the questions that you should leave with and think about as you are thinking about whether or not you should do something about the global scarcity problem.
In 2015, 193 world leaders gathered to set sustainable development goals to be achieved by 2030. The project is called Decade of Difference. One of its goals is to implement integrated water resource management at all levels. World Water Day is celebrated on March 22nd. The organization encourages everyone to help solve the clean water crisis by researching the issue, evaluating their domestic water use, and joining the campaign. This display will be showcased until March 31st, 2019. In McAllen, for UTRGV-TV, I'm Rocio Villalobos.
And earlier this week, a LinkedIn workshop held to give students tips on becoming business professionals received positive feedback. The session was held in the Edinburgh Math Building. Jose Alex Garrido, a social media and digital marketing manager, spoke at the event. Students who attended the workshop were eager to learn more on how they can stand out from the rest of their peers when applying for jobs. A free community event showcases artists' work all while promoting education. Our station manager, Ileana Luna, has the details on this year's #Subculture event.
An inspiration sparked in 2015, UTRGV Subculture event is a way to showcase students and locals' artwork with engaging workshops. The event has everything from cultural digital photography to printmaking, which has always been a staple.
The very first one was UTRGV printmaking show, so it was just the printmaking students, and it was students and the faculty from Edinburgh and from Brownsville, and then it grew from there.
With ever-changing technology, this year's subculture theme was "The Future is Now," demonstrating the technology that surrounds us every day.
It's very interesting just to see the kids excited to see the robots in action, and also to show them some of the designs that our students built in our electrical engineering program.
And for students getting ready to graduate, one remembers being a part of last year's subculture.
I was helping out with the printmaking event. Since I'm an art major, it was convenient for me because I was taking printmaking class, and it's like a thing that happens every year. I heard it was happening again this year, so I was like, I'm gonna go support, you know.
With local vendors and UTRGV colleges present, the event is also a part of Festiva's Community Day.
What we've been doing consistently is having the event the Saturday before Thanksgiving. And then we do a mini workshop up at Festiva in Edinburgh. So we also do something in Edinburgh as well, but we just kind of condense it all, and we're out there for Community Day at Festiva in Edinburgh.
The free community event is known to highlight UTRGV students' hard work. Reporting for UTRGV-TV in Brownsville, Ileana Luna.
And here's this week's police reports. On November 10th, officers responded to the Casa Bella apartments in reference to 6 students, 3 males and 3 females, in possession of alcoholic beverages reported by a resident assistant. Several alcoholic beverages were located in the common area of the apartment. All 6 students were under the age of 21 and were cited for possession of alcohol by a minor, a Class C misdemeanor. This incident will be referred to UTRGV Student Rights and Responsibilities for further review. On that same day on the Edinburgh campus, an officer conducted a traffic stop on a vehicle for a traffic violation on 1000 block West Cooper Street. A name check on the non-affiliated male operator revealed numerous traffic warrants from the Edinburgh Municipal Court, totaling $1,470. After receiving confirmation, the operator was placed under arrest and transported to the Edinburgh City Jail. The operator was issued a traffic citation for the violations, and the vehicle was released to a family member at the scene. Residence assistants conducted a health and safety check of a dorm room at Unity Hall on the Edinburgh campus. During the check, a liquor bottle was located in plain view. The sole student occupant under the age of 21 was not at the location at the time of the discovery. This incident will be referred to UTRGV Students' Rights and Responsibilities for further review. And now we have Ileana Moreno with this week's sports highlights.
The Western Athletic Conference announced that senior Ruby Dalusama and junior Kyle Edwards have been named to be on the 2008 WAC Men's Soccer All-Tournament team. Dalusama finished the WAC tournament with the tournament leading 4 points after scoring a pair of goals against UNLV in the opening round, including the game winner. Edwards was second in the WAC tournament with 3 points after scoring a goal and picking up an assist against UNLV. The UTRGV women's basketball snapped its 2-game losing streak on Saturday with the 57-53 victory over Canisius. Senior Idel Turk led UTRGV 2-2 with a game high of 19 points. Then, senior Quinn Huggins added in 10 points with 4 rebounds. As a team, UTRGV dished out 12 assists. UTRGV took its first lead of the game after a layup by Huggins, and then after exchanging baskets, a 3-pointer by senior Chrysynthia Sampson tied it at 26-26. Sampson later knocked down another 3-pointer to give UTRGV the 34-31 lead, but Canisius scored the final 3 points of the half to go into the locker room tied at 34-34. In the third quarter, junior Megan Johnson knocked down a jumper with 6 minutes and 8 seconds left in the quarter to give UTRGV its biggest lead of the third at 41-37. A jumper by Turk at the end of the quarter gave UTRGV the 43-42 lead. UTRGV opened the scoring in the fourth with a layup by Sampson. Turk followed with her final 3-pointer of the game, giving UTRGV the 48-45 lead for the last time. Junior Michaela Mosley made a layup at the 6-minute 25-second mark, giving UTRGV its biggest lead of the game at 52-45. The ending score was 52-50. UTRGV will be back in action November 20th when they travel to Amherst, Massachusetts to face UMass at 6 p.m. Reporting for UTRGV Sports, I'm Ileana Moreno.
On this edition of Musicraft, the band South of Sarita delivers songs about the Valley in its KA punk form. Here's our reporter, Nathaniel Puente.
In 1927, H.C. Baker and the Edinburgh School District teamed up to form Edinburgh College, a school that would provide higher education to the lower Rio Grande Valley. And what feels like 91 years later, they have finally finished construction on the interdisciplinary engineering and academic building here at UTRGV. Well, actually, they haven't finished building it yet, but we can walk through our school again, and I'm so happy about it. But continuing the theme of ridiculous RGV facts, we have a band today who actually sings and plays music about the history of the Rio Grande Valley. South of Sarita formed by an unexpected chance. Guitarist Joseph Fox and bassist Christopher Gonzalez met up in early 2017 and decided to form a band. They later teamed up with drummer Rene Ballesteros and trumpeter David Moreno. The name South of Sarita came out of an admiration for the Rio Grande Valley's unique culture. The theme of the band's music followed suit. I sat down with Joseph Fox, the band's energetic frontman, to discuss the band, but we were soon kicked out because the mayor of Edinburgh was having a party at our interview location. The man would not keep us down though, and we met outside in the cold where he told me why he writes songs about this area.
You have this wonderful musical culture down here. You can't help but talk about and the things that they see or experience or take pride in.
The band's most well-known track, the one you are hearing now, is a song about the South Texas fajita bandit. The corrido-influenced song mocks corruption in this area. The band's symbol features an armadillo and possum, two animals embedded in Texas culture.
The armadillo was a symbol of the hippie progressive country music scene up in Austin. And moving down here, the Tlacuache is viewed by the conjunto scene and Tejano scenes as kind of their mascot too.
South of Sarita will continue to deliver a unique style to Valley audiences. For more info, you can find them on Bandcamp, Facebook, and Instagram.
Now you wound up.
So there's our report on South of Sarita, a band who plays music about the valley. Now, if you are a musical artist you know would like to be featured on Musicraft, well, this is the last one I'm doing this semester, so I don't know what to tell you. Just hit me up in January. Reporting for UTRGV-TV, I'm Nathaniel Puente.
For November Spotlight of the Month, our assistant station manager sat down with the UTRGV student athlete Felicia Wills.
Welcome back everyone to another Spotlight of the Month, and today we've invited Felicia Wills. She's a team member in the women's track and field, and she's also a theater major. She's a star both on the track and on the stage. Thank you so much for being here with us today.
No problem. Thank you for having me.
So we're just going to talk about a little bit about your background. So you're from Refugio, Texas. You graduated from Refugio High School. What were you involved in high school?
In high school, I came from a really small town, so I was involved in basically everything from softball, volleyball, track, cheerleading, to one-act play,
Okay.
and, you know, basketball too, which is a shock. I know I'm short, but I did that for a while as well. Like I said, coming from a small town, most of my friends grew up doing sports nonstop since we were 5, so I've been used to having a busy schedule all my life.
Okay, and now, so you're a theater major here at UTRGV. So what inspired you to become a theater major? Because, I mean, right now we might think it is different from athletics.
I'd say that I've always had a tug at my heart to be a performer ever since I was a little girl, and I used to watch Disney Channel with That's a Raven, and my favorite movie, which was Cinderella with Brandy. I knew that I was supposed to be that girl on the screen. So
it was watching those shows and watching those movies. That's what inspired you to become a theater major. Okay, so you've actually been in 3 productions here on campus: Midsummer Night's Dream, Theater People, and The Hobbit. So how have your experiences been different from athletics and being a part of the theater department?
I'd say that there's slight differences, but all in all, it's somewhat similar. I have to mentally regroup every time that I perform, just the same as I have to mentally regroup before I compete. Right. So it's taught me patience along the way, but when it comes to differences, I'd say that performing comes natural to me. I love being on stage, I love being on camera. Competing, that's when my nerves kick in and it's a lot more pressure. Right. And I guess it's because I know that my abilities with a designated script or, you know, to be a certain role, I jump into another realm, while when I'm competing, it's completely me and it's based off of my performance, and that's really overwhelming sometimes.
What does your future look like to you? What do you see yourself doing after UTRGV, your UTRGV life ends for you?
I just say that it's all in God's plan. I know that just like this opportunity that He offered me to run track here at the university, there's going to be another opportunity, and I don't know where it will be, but I know that it'll be in the right time and the right place, and that everything will fall into place. But short term, I also minor in human resource management. Okay. And so I plan to build my, experience upon that. I have an internship at a local bank here, so I'm going to get started on that next year. And in the meanwhile, I'll also be auditioning for different productions that are here in the university. So I'll still be able to build up my acting resume until, boom, the big move, whether it's Atlanta, Georgia, whether it's California. I'm just, keeping my options open, but being realistic about things. Right. I know that I have to have an established foundation, but in the long run, yes, by the grace of God, I see myself being that world-renowned actress that can just be an advocate, saying that the reason that I am here today is because God has implanted in me all that I needed to make it and all that I needed to be successful. So that's really my big goal, to be able to say that in front of the entire world and enjoy my passion of acting the rest of my life.
Well, that's really neat, and we'll be watching out for that then, and we wish you the best of luck in your career. Thank you so much for being here with us today, and thank you for making that impact here on our university. No problem. This is our Spotlight of the Month.
That's all we have for you today, but remember, if you have a story you would like for us to know about, or know someone who's making an impact on campus or in the community, you can contact us through our social media or email us at utrgvtv@gmail.com. We have community and UTRGV news for you every week. See you next time.